আপনি কেমন আছেন? ভালো আছেন? চলছে?
And she is his good wife.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. ঠিক আছে. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So devotees, I was ordered to say something about Krishna and maybe Radha Krishna. So, but I was thinking that you know so much about Krishna, probably a lot more than me. So I don't know what to say. He is telling you to change the direction of the...
Move on.
It's not on me.
Away from him. Move it.
So, but anyway, I was trying to think what might be some stories about Krishna that you don't know. And I don't know what you don't know. But do you know the story of Pili Polka?
No.
Well, you would know. Pili Polka? No, really? Okay, I'll tell you that story. Yes. So Pili Polka is in Varshana. And when Srimati Radharani and Maharaj Vishubhanu and Mother Kirtida, when they were living in Varshana, then Lord Krishna was living in Nandagram. Yes, Nandagram. So what happened was that Srimati Radharani, she was given a blessing by Devasa Muni that whatever she cooks will taste like nectar, and anyone who eats something she cooks will never get sick. This is another story, maybe I'll tell you that one also. But, so when Mother Yashoda heard that, she is the queen. She's the wife of Nanda Maharaj, who's the king. So if she wants something to be done, she can have it done because she's the queen. So then she arranged that every day Radharani would come and cook for Krishna in Nandagram. So Radharani was doing that, and Mother Yashoda was so extremely pleased with her cooking, because Srimati Radharani is so expert cooking. She has been cooking for Krishna for hundreds, thousands, millions of years. She has never repeated the same preparation. Can you imagine? Yeah. And she knows every sort of dosa from Tamil Nadu and from Seremban also. And she knows, what do they call them, the little idlis? Poli. Podi idli. Oh yes. I just discovered Podi idli today for the first time. and tomorrow they want to give me durian. We will see. So Radharani was coming every day cooking for Krishna and associating with Mother Yashoda. Very nice relationship, just amazing and wonderful. And so Mother Yashoda decided, this is the girl I want to marry my Krishna, my son Krishna. She decided that. And that was in her mind, she decided that. But the desire was becoming stronger and stronger. So one day, Mother Yashoda, she could just not stop herself. She grabbed Radharani by the hands and told her, listen, you are going to marry my Krishna. That's all there is to it. And Radharani, of course, Radharani was very happy because that was what she wanted also. But, you know, in such matters, there are certain social and family types of formalities. So even though Radharani was thinking, that is just the best thing, but then she said, have you discussed it with my parents? Yes, with Vrishabhadeva Maharaj and Mother Kirtida. Have you discussed it with them? And Mother Yashoda said, no, I haven't, but don't worry, they will be extremely happy also, so don't worry, just don't worry. And then she took Radharani's hands and rubbed haldi, turmeric, on her hands. This is, you know, convention in such situations where young ladies going to marry young men. And it means that from the young lady's side, there is commitment. It is official. It will happen. So she did that. And Srimati Radharani could not say anything because Mother Yashoda is the queen. And she's senior, very senior. And she is the mother of Krishna. So Radharani was in anxiety that, you know, we are not doing this the right way. But there's nothing I can say. So anyway, then she started walking back to Varshana with her very close friends, Lalita and Vishaka. And she told them that look at what Yashoda has done. This is like, it's an official declaration that I am going to marry her son. But, so Vishaka and Lalita, they were happy. But then Radharani said, but she, Mother Yashoda, has not spoken to my parents. And, well, this is, so for me to go like this in front of my parents, it is like premature. And my parents, particularly my mother, may be very upset with me. What am I doing? Arranging my own marriage. Sure. So she discussed this as they're walking from Nandagar to Varshana. And Lalita and Vishaka, they agreed that yes, it is not proper And your parents, if they see your hands like this, just covered in haldi, in turmeric. What's turmeric in
Manjat.
Manja? Manja. If they see your hands like that, manja. Manjan. Manjan. Okay, got it. That's another word in my vocabulary. So they may be too upset, and they may cancel the whole thing because it's just wrong how it's being done. And sure, it could be a serious problem. So they almost reached Varshana. And then Radharani said, you know what? There is one small lake, a very nice lake, just on the side here, just near the entrance to Varshana. I am going to go there and wash all the manjal off. Just wash it all off and just go up with my hands looking like normal. And they all agreed, yes, that's the best thing to do. So she went over to that small lake. When you come, if you're familiar with, the geography there, Nandagam's up there, Darshana's down here, and that little lake is just across from like the entranceway to Darshana. So she went there and she washed her hands. But you know what it's like when you get manjal on your hands, don't you? Particularly if you get really, really a lot. You can't get it off completely. So she was struggling to get it off and washing and washing and washing and washing. And it was coming off. And as she's looking at the water of this little lake, she's thinking that, it's the right thing I'm doing to take it off, but it would be so nice if I could marry Krishna, but I have to take it off, but it would be so nice. And so she went into deep meditation about how wonderful it would be to marry Krishna and how much she loves Krishna, and she just has no interest in any other young man at all like this. So all the manjal, have I got it?
Yeah.
I got it. All the manjal went in there, but her love started to go in there. And she's meditating and thinking from her heart about wonderful Krishna. So that little lake, it's small. It turned golden yellow. Because the manjal, of course, is like that. But her love is like that. Her love is like that. It's like pure gold. And her complexion is like molten gold. I think we all know that Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhani Sudededi, Pranamami Hari Priye. So now that little lake was just golden colored, but not just like some ordinary yellow, because it was an outpouring of her love, which is just effulgent like molten gold. You probably never saw liquid gold. It's, just like the lights here, they're powered by electricity. But liquid gold, it has its own light. You don't need lights. You just have some liquid gold and it lights up in the area. So this gold of the lake, it was like a rich, effulgent gold. Amazing, amazing color. So she did that, and now her hands are more or less back to normal, and off she went back up to where the palace is in Barshana with Lalita and Vishaka. And she left that lake, which is now this bright, rich golden color. And who should come along? Who should come along? Take a guess. Our hero, Krishna, came along. He just happened to come along. And he saw this lake. And he thought, wow, what happened to this lake? It's not just, yellow, and it's not even just gold. This is the color of my Srimati Radharani. So Krishna became attracted, and he put his hands in and was sort of rinsing his hands. His hands started becoming golden. And all the time he's calling out, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. What was he calling out?
Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
I mean, like seriously. Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
And you know what happened to Krishna? He became so overwhelmed, he just fell into the lake. And now he's swimming around in this lake, which is just full of the manjal from Radharani's hands, but it's full of her love, just oozing with her love. And then Krishna, you know what happened to Krishna? He assumed the form of Lord Chaitanya. And they say, those people who say many things, then they say this is the first time Lord Chaitanya took Lord Krishna took that form of Lord Chaitanya. So that's what they say. So, but now he's in Radharani's mood as Lord Chaitanya. Because Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahe Anya. Lord Chaitanya is just no different from Radha and Krishna, but particularly Radharani. He's in the mood of Radharani. And Krishna is there, but Radharani is predominating in Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Krishna, as Lord Chaitanya, is swimming around and diving and coming out and shouting out, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. What was he shouting out?
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
He's just totally overwhelmed. He's just lost control in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Yeah. Swimming around in that lake, which is now just saturated with the love of Srimati Radharani. So after a while, Krishna sort of came back to being Krishna, and he climbed out, but his form was now just this effulgent, glowing color of molten gold. So that little lake is still there, just by Krsna, and it's called Pilipoka. Maybe some of you have been there, I don't know, but not so many people go there actually, because it's across the canal. There's a big irrigation canal going through, it's on the other side. Yes, so Pilipoka. Pili means yellow or golden. Polka is sort of like Bengali in a sense. It's closer to Bengali. It means kund. It's another word for kund, meaning small lake. So yes, they say that was the first time that Krishna manifested his form as Lord Chaitanya. What do you think of that? Have you heard that story before? No. Oh, that's terrible. I thought you knew everything about Krishna.
We are blessed to hear it from God.
Well, look, let me tell you another story. And this is about, would you believe, another first time that Krishna took the form of Lord Chaitanya. Can you believe it? It is another first time. What do you think of that? 2 first times. That's Krishna consciousness. We have good, better, best, then more best, and more best, and bestest, and even more bestest, and it goes on. There's no limit to it. So this story is also a nice story. It's told by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in one of his small books. What's it called? Oh, I forget the name. It's just 8 verses, actually. A short poem. So what happened was, well, as I'm sure you all know, every night when Lord Krishna was there in Vrindavan, every night he and Radharani and the gopis would have rasa dance every night. What is described in the Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, around chapter 30, 31, and around that part of the 10th canto, that is the first rasa dance. But actually after that, they would have rasa dance every night. And when they finished their rasa dance, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they would go to a place called Niduvan or Nidivan, both names are used, which means the forest, Van, the forest of Nidhi, means sleeping or resting. I'm sure you've been there. You were there, right? Nidivan? Why not? Oh, that's terrible. I thought you devotees from Seremban had been everywhere. So anyway, it's still there. It's still there. At the end, kind of at the end of Loy Bazaar, and just a little further on, maybe 50 meters after the end. And then all the way around the road, going to the Radha Raman temple, if you're familiar with that. On the right, as you're going to Radharaman, on the right is a garden. It's not small, it's quite big. It's probably, I don't know, a couple of acres or maybe 2 or 3 acres, something like that. And it's called Nidivan, or Niduvan, some call it Niduvan. But generally Nidivan, the forest where Radha and Krishna rest, where they sleep a little after the rasa dance. And if you go in there, there's a few different places, small little places within the couple of acres where different things happen. And there is one little cottage, just one little building, which is there. There's a bed there and all sorts of paraphernalia. And this is where they say Radha and Krishna every night or every morning before the sun rises, they take rest for a while. So there they were. One morning, it's early, and the sun has not risen yet, but the sun is still beneath the horizon. But you know what it's like. You can see some light above the horizon because you know the sun is coming, but it hasn't quite come yet. So there they were. And Radharani, suddenly, she just woke up. She just woke up and she shook Krishna and said, Krishna, I have to tell you something. I just had a dream, an amazing dream. I must tell you about it. Okay, so Krishna was happy to hear from her, of course. So Radharani described, in my dream, I was in a place where it's just like Vrindavan, here, like Vrindavan. But it's not exactly like. It's just a little different. But otherwise, it's just like Vrindavan. The atmosphere is just like Vrindavan. And there were many devotees there, like our devotees here in Vrindavan. But they looked a little different from us Brijbasis. They're dressed a little different. And they were chanting our names. They were chanting our names. But, just like the devotees here in Vrindavan chant our names, but their pronunciation was a little different. Something like, if you're Bengalis, I'm sure you'll get this, and I would imagine many of you others will get it, sort of more like Hare Krishna. Namaste. Hare. Not exactly Hare, but Hare. Hare Krishna. You know what I mean? This is Bengali style. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Interesting thing to note, Prabhupada was Bengali, but he did not pronounce it like that. He pronounced it Hare Krishna. But anyway, I've been going to Bengal. First time I went there was 1976. So it's 50 years ago, first time I went there. And I know many Bengalis who chant Hare Krishna. And some of them really are Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama. Don't mind me. So this is Radharani's telling Krishna that they were chanting Hare Krishna just like the devotees here do, but pronunciation was a little different. Of Hare Krishna. But their mood was very similar. And Radharani said, there was one Brahmin devotee. He was very tall and just very well built and very handsome and beautiful. And he was singing and dancing. I've never seen it like that. I've never seen dancing like that or chanting like that. And sometimes he would chant Krishna, 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 just like I chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And his mood was like mine, and he was crying like I do when I chant your names. And I couldn't believe it. And I thought, he seems like me. Is he like a male form of me? I've never seen or heard anything like this. But then sometimes he would start chanting, Radhe, 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 just like you do. And there was just so much into it. Tears were coming from his eyes then also. And I thought, maybe he's you. Who is this person? Who is he? But he seems like he's either me or you or both of us. So I can't understand. What is the situation here? So then Lord Krishna took out his Shamantaka gem or Kastuba. Kastuba gem, and he held it up in front of Radharani and said, you've seen this before, haven't you? And she said, yes. You have showed me this and told me to look into it, and you showed me in this Kastuba gem so many of your avatars. Then Krishna said, well, today have another look. So Radharani looked into the Kastuba gem, and what did she see?
Gauranga!
Gauranga! Gauranga! She saw that big, tall Brahman, very beautiful looking, and all his devotees. Yeah. And they were chanting Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna. And Radharani, well, Krishna told Radharani, you see, this is a special incarnation of us, the two of us together. And I never showed you before. I showed you Narayan, I showed you Nrsingadev, Varaha, Vamana, Matsya, Kurama. I showed you all these other avatars. I never showed you this form, because this is a special form of us, the two of us combined together. Yes, and then Krishna explained, we, the two of us together, are going to come in this form as Lord Gauranga, and we will give everyone love for ourselves. So then Krishna manifested that form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gauranga! 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 Yes, so this is another first time. How's that? It's another first time that Lord Krishna manifested the form of Lord Chaitanya. And I don't know, it's 8:10. Is there time for another story, or is it till 10:30?
Why if you want to go so sleep?
The night is young. So look, I don't know which other story to tell you, but I could tell you a story which you may well have heard. It's from Lochan Das Thakur, whose disappearance day was yesterday. Today, really. Lochan Das Thakur from Chaitanya Mangala. And maybe you know that story from Dwaraka, where Krishna came and visited Rukmini in her palace. You know that story? And then Narada Muni came. You know that story. He knows. You can always just ask him. So look, okay, I'll tell you the story. And if you already heard it, that's okay. Prabhupada said, repetition of a good thing is good. So it's okay, it's permissible. So yes, in Dwaraka, one day, Lord Krishna was going to meet Rukmini in her palace. And he sent some message in advance so she could get ready. I don't know, maybe he sent a WhatsApp. Have you heard of WhatsApp? Do you have it in Seremban? Not yet. SMS? Telegram? Anyway, so somehow he sent a message in advance, I'm coming to visit you. So Rukmini, with her assistants, they started cleaning the place, and they cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it. Hare Krishna. Is that Krishna? Wow, Jai Shri Krishna. So anyway, they cleaned it and lit fragrant incense, agabati, and just put flowers around and everything. Made it beautiful. And then Krishna arrived at the front door. You know the story, right? Anyway, Krishna came to the front door. Rukmini came to the front door. He's standing just outside, like a few inches outside, and she's just inside. And she offered some flowers to him, and then she bathed his lotus feet, and as she's doing that, she became overwhelmed completely, and she collapsed on Krishna's lotus feet, crying and crying and crying. And Krishna's standing there with her on his feet. And this is Dwaraka. And this sort of display of an emotion in Dwaraka is not so common. In Vrindavan it's common. But in Dwaraka, people keep their sort of cool a bit more, to some degree at least. But Rukmini just lost it. and just collapsed on Krishna's feet, crying and crying. And Krishna couldn't understand what is going on. So Krishna said to Rukmini, what's wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did I offend you? Did I offend you? And Rukmini said, no. I'm just so happy to see you. I just can't control myself. And Krishna said, well, I don't know. I've never seen you like this. I think I may have offended you, but you don't want to say anything. And Rukmini just said, no. I'm just so happy to see you. So anyway, then Krishna came in and Rukmini sat him down on the throne there and washed his feet again. And again she collapsed on his feet, just bathing his feet, his lotus feet with her tears. And Krishna again said, wait a minute. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Jai. And Krishna said, no, I've done something wrong, I've offended you. I'm sure I must have, because I've not seen you do like this before. And Rukmini said, no, I'm just so happy to see you. And Krishna said, look, I don't understand. I just don't understand what is happening. I've never seen this before. But you're saying you're happy, but I don't know what to think. And Krishna said, I don't understand. I just don't understand. And Rukmini said, my Lord, that is your problem. Even though you are Sarvagya, you know everything, but there is one thing you don't understand. There's one thing you don't understand. And Krishna said, what? What is it that I don't understand? And Rukmini said, you don't understand how much your devotees love you. That's what you don't understand. And for Krishna it was like, wow, you're right. I don't understand that. That's amazing. And Krishna said, I want to understand this. How am I going to understand this? And Rukmini said, there's only one way that you'll understand how much your devotees love you. One way. That is, you have to become a devotee. If you don't become a devotee, you'll never understand it clearly. And then Krishna said, right, yeah, I'm going to become a devotee. And Rukmini said, but not just any ordinary devotee, not even like one of the devotees from Seremban, who are not ordinary, who are special. You have to become Srimati Radharani. You have to take her position. Otherwise you'll never understand this completely. So Krishna's like, yeah, I got to do it. I got to do it. But how am I going to do it? Look, I'm male. How can I take the position of Radharani? Devotees, listen to this. How to say listen to this in Tamil? Likelili. Kelinga. Kelinga. Right. Another one. Huh?
Nalla Keli.
Nalla Keli. Okay. Pardon my Tamil. At that moment, devotees, listen, who should arrive but Narada Muni? Narada Muni came in, offered obeisances to Lord Krishna, got up, and Lord Krishna could see he is not happy. Narada Muni is not his ecstatic, usual self. He's kind of miserable. How could it be? So he asked Narada Muni, Lord Krishna asked, what's wrong with you? What happened to you? You're usually just so blissful because you've been out preaching in the material world. And Narada Muni said, yeah, I've just come from the material world. And things there are very bad, extremely bad. And I was in this one place. I was on the planet Earth, in the four-headed Lord Brahma's universe. And things there are bad. Yeah. And I went to this one country there. And what was the name? I forget what was the name. Malada, Madnasia, Malaysia, that's what the name of it was. And I tell you, things there are just really bad. And I went to this one town, what was it called? Seremban. And there's some devotees there. The non-devotees there are just, they're terrible. And there I was in this, what's the name of the place? Seremban? Seremban. And I tried to preach to the non-devotees. They just wouldn't listen to me. And they got angry and they threw me out. Yeah, there's some devotees there, but what could they do? And they threw me out, all these demons. And she was, therefore I'm feeling really depressed and upset. And I'm just thinking, what to do to help the people in, what is it, Seremban, in Malaysia. What to do? And I just don't know what can be done. The situation is just, it's really tough. And then Narada Muni said, you know what? I have decided the only thing that can be done is that you, my Lord Krishna, you have to go there. You have to go there and preach, because only you have that potency to help those people. But the thing is, you can't go as you normally go. Peacock feather, flute, bluish, blackish form, golden dhoti. You have to go as a devotee. You have to. Because there it's Kali Yuga. And the people in Kali Yuga, they are into copying. If you go there as you normally go, with your beautiful dress and peacock feather, flute, etc., they will copy you. And you'll get so many bogus incarnations of you. So you have to go as a devotee. Because then when they copy you, they'll become devotees. So you have to do it. And not just as some ordinary everyday devotee from somewhere. from anywhere. You have to go in the form which is you and Srimati Radharani together. Yeah, in that way you'll be able to change them. So you have to go in a golden form, and Narada Muni started crying out, Gauranga!
Gauranga!
Gauranga! Gauranga! And Lord Krishna, for the first time, assumed the form of Lord Chaitanya right there. Yeah. And then just shortly afterward, he descended to this world. So, yeah, in Krishna consciousness, what to speak of 2 first times? You can have 3. And you can have more if you like, too. But anyway, these are some stories about Krishna. You were familiar with that one, were you? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. So